enjoyed the sun while you suck. It's going to be a while.
I already knew that. I knew that coming into it. Prepared myself, mentally prepared the family, and yeah, we knew what was coming when we were headed this way for sure.
How tough of a decision was this? Was it tough?
I mean, it was obviously this place is home to us. You know, everyone's saying welcome back. It's more like welcome home. Buffalo is home for us. You know, my wife, she could if she could live here year round, she probably would. She's a San Diego girl growing up. Kids love it here. My whole family from Ohio and Detroit head this way all the time. So, you know, Buffalo is home. So in that sense, it was an easy decision. But at the same time, being out in San Diego for the first time during the football season and working out, and you know, I was helping coach soccer on MJ's soccer team, and taking the kids all over, and you know, doing all type of stuff. But ultimately, it was a no-brainer to head back here.
What was it like? Never officially cleaned out.
I guess not.
There's still junk in there.
There's still some of it is my junk. A lot of it is stolen. Taryn probably was the guy that ran through there and got all my stuff. D-Ham got some of my stuff. You'll probably see him wearing it around, have to snatch it back. But yeah, my locker was still there, and you know, it was an easy plug in and play.
Did watching the snow on Sunday, did watching all that snowfall on Sunday give you any second thought about making
No.
this decision?
No. I mean, you know, obviously the snow is it could be brutal, it could be tough to get through and all that, but you know, I grew up in it my entire life, been here for 7 years, so I mean, it really wasn't too insane for us.
Can you take us through how the conversations went between you and the team, beginning with your free agency, kind of throughout the season, and how things materialized
Yeah.
leading up to this point?
You know, I just think it was a mutual understanding, you know, the way last year ended and the, you know, kind of the injury sake and all that, you know, in and out of the lineup, it was tough. Everybody, you guys all know that. And so finishing up last year is just, you know, my contract was up. So, you know, I felt like it was best to just get out to you know, back home in San Diego and just get healthy, mentally, physically, whatever. And so I, you know, never really heard anything from Bean, and so it was, you know, some conversation as far as like how you doing, this type, you know, that type of thing, but it was never like, hey, when you coming back, what do you want to do, that type of thing. And so that didn't really, you know, materialize until just recent. And so when that conversation was had, you know, obviously we were very excited, but at the same time, you know, we went from being very excited to like, wait, there's a lot of stuff we got to do to get, you know, the kids and everything in order. You know, kids are in school and that type of stuff. But then we go back to being super excited. Then we go back to being overwhelmed. So it was like that for a good 3 days. But ultimately, once we made the decision to head back this way, walking into this building and seeing everybody, seeing all the players, seeing all the coaches, watching all season how this year has progressed and seeing how successful this team is. I you know, I just wanted to come back and do anything I could do to help. You know, whether if it's helping young guys understand, you know, the NFL on and off the field, older guys, helping them, you know, with what they got to do on the field, whatever it may be. I'm here to help. I'm an open book, and so I'm excited for this role, and you know, it's a new role for me, and you know, I'm ready to excel in that one.
You call them, they call you first?
I have to say, I texted Big Phil. I texted Big Phil when he got signed here, and I said, Big Phil, I love you, man. Congrats. I'm so happy you're back in Buffalo. You know, you deserve it. They deserve it. And go get a ring. And his response back was, when you coming back? And I said, look, man, I've always said if they need me or whatever, you can give me a call. So I'm gonna give credit to Big Phil. I'm not paying him 3%. He's not my agent, but he's the one that kind of got the ball rolling and said something to Bean. Obviously, Bean already had a plan himself to reach out. So I've told you guys this before. I'm forever grateful for this organization, and so this is just icing on the cake. I was honored, and I feel like for me to come in, practice squad, and help, you know, any way I could, I felt honored. I felt honored that they even reached out. My wife, us, you know, everybody here loves us, and we love them, and it just made sense.
What day did you make this decision?
What was that?
What day did you make this?
I don't know the exact day. I know that it went back and forth for a couple days. It was sometime over probably last week's game. I think probably last week was when we were kind of picking and choosing if we were going to head back, and then finally made that decision. So I don't know exactly what day. I know it was building up to the 49ers game because I wasn't going to be able to be here for that game. But yeah, sometime last week.
I know you're a really supportive family. Was it always, let's say for the last several months, hey, Dad, Micah, whatever you want to do? Was it, hey, we'd love to see you back? What was it like in that dynamic?
I think ultimately my family, they've always wanted to be back in Buffalo. They love it here. Like I said, it's home for us. So everyone was extremely supportive of what I had to do. My wife is, overly supportive. She looked at me after I got the phone with Bean and was like, "Look, like this is on you. This is your career. This is your dream. Obviously you're taking on a different role, but ultimately the dream has always been, the goal has always been to bring a championship back to Buffalo. And if I can help, like I said, in any way, if I'm able to give T-Rap or D-Ham or whoever's out there a nugget to make a big play in a big game, I did my job. And so that's the way I see it. And everybody was extremely supportive of whatever decision I was going to make, because honestly it was a win-win. I was loving the routine we had with the kids out in San Diego, but also coming back here is a blessing. So there's not I could have.
You said from the beginning it was Buffalo or nowhere.
Yes.
You were true to your word.
Yeah.
You have to be specific. Were there other teams that inquired?
There was asking questions, asking about agent and asking my agent and stuff like that. Yeah, but like I said, I was only coming here, and I'm so happy that I even said that, because not like I was going to go anywhere else, but this place is home, and then walking back into this building, the excitement that I would have seen people, and also the excitement that they had towards me is just, this is match made in heaven, baby. I just had to do it.
Hey, Micah, what were you like watching Bills games this year? Or what was it like for your family?
We were extremely excited. Every Sunday or Monday or whatever day the Bills were playing, we were watching. We were tuned in, and I was probably tuned in a little more than what I should be, with the kids running around and my wife trying to make dinner and stuff like that. It got a little hectic because out in San Diego, the night games start at 5 o'clock. So the kids aren't sleeping like they used to be in the past here. So, they'd be running around the house and I'd be tuning into every game. And it's kind of hard on the TV copy to see exactly what defense and stuff like that that we were running and the big picture. But I was a fan just like everybody else. Whole family wearing Bills gear, had the kids dressed up in Bills gear, and just forever a fan. So to be able to get that call and come back and see what I can do to help was awesome.
This morning, the reaction to this announcement has been crazy. I saw one tweet from a fan, like, I'm going to be watching the interception against the Patriots and the 360 all day long.
Yeah.
What is it like to have that connection with this city and this family?
It's special. It's special. I mean, that's why we continue to do things, and not away from football. Continue to do things in this community, and give back, because this is a place that's always showed love to us. And I said to you guys many times, and Buffalo is to me a Midwest city. I know it's in New York, but it's just like where I'm from, in Fall Story, Ohio, and just like Iowa, and just like Green Bay, it's all small town feel, and just people are homegrown and stuff. So we've always connected with this place, and to see the reaction that people have with us signing back here is truly amazing. And I think it's an indication to how our family, my family, and the foundation, everything has given back to this community, and we'll continue to do that.
Micah, you touched on the big picture of you want to help this team win a Super Bowl, but do you have an individual goal for your role right now, or how do you approach it? You said it is such a different role. Like, what do you hope to do? I
am taking it day by day. And I think that's a special thing, and that's the cool thing about this new role, is I can take it day by day. I don't have to have a goal to be out there on Sunday this this weekend or next weekend or whatever it may be. I'm taking it day by day. Today I ran a little scout team running back. I was on scout team special teams and haven't done that since Green Bay days. So listen, I'm here to help. I left my like I said, the goal has always been to bring a champ back here, and that's always going to be the goal. Until that happens, you guys probably going to be tired of me because after this season and I truly retire, maybe you might see me doing something else here until we get a championship. So, that's what it is.
Micah, your role is right now is practice squad and mentoring and doing all that. But
Yeah.
at some point, you might very well be needed to play more or whatever it is. I assume you have the confidence that you can step back in when needed, right?
I'm going to do everything I can every single day to obviously put myself in position to work out and to be in the. I'm in all the meetings. I'm watching film, so I'm already doing all that. And honestly, getting the game plan, for this game, I opened it up and I looked at it and I was like, oh, it put me right back in to where I have been, the last 7 years, like the play calls and all this type of stuff. And I'm making all these adjustments in my head and stuff. And I'm like, wow, it's good to have, familiar coaches, familiar teammates and stuff like that. And so, and like I said, just taking it one day at a time and see what happens.
Hey, Micah, back in July, it said you were staying ready. What exactly did that entail from a day-to-day, week-to-week standpoint?
Working out. I was still seeing my guys in San Diego. Shout out to Brett Swain and Derek Samuel. I was still seeing them and getting workouts in anytime I could. Between the family time and stuff like that. And working out in my garage, running a lot. I was running on that Peloton treadmill, trying to break it. And so, I was just staying in shape. Once it got to the beginning of November, mid-November, I wouldn't say I was lifting as heavy. So I feel like at that time I lost a little bit of weight. So that's something I'm trying to put back on. But I like to run. It's kind of therapeutic to me, which sounds insane. So. I was always going to just stay in shape.
Mike, is there a game or a point when you were like, I got to go back?
No, not at all. No. I was just, like I said, taking it a day at a time. And when I got that phone call from Bean, that's when we started discussing it.
I should have framed this better. Was there a moment when you were watching and you were like, wow, I really missed that?
That's every game, seeing guys going out there and win ball games and seeing on social media them celebrating after the wins and stuff. Like as a competitor, you'll never not want to be in that locker room because that you understand how hard it is to win in this league, and to be in that locker room after a game and seeing everybody celebrate and everybody giving hugs and all, that's the stuff that you're forever gonna miss. Is like the locker room and all that. So, there were some times that I wouldn't say it was hard because I was extremely happy for everybody here. It wasn't like I was like, dang man, I should be there. None of that. I was happy and I was living my best life in San Diego. So, it was giving me time that I've never had and a new experience around my kids and being there 24/7 and all that type of stuff. So, but it was really cool to watch this team from the beginning to where they are now and seeing, all the progression and all the plays they've made and all the wins. And I'm here to try to help take it to that next level.
Sean said he's very protective of the locker room, and you can't just drop anyone
Correct.
into that locker room, especially this time of year. That's why he trusts you. You can come in and understand the culture. What makes that special for you? Why are you the kind of person that can come in now and not upset that culture?
Because it's not about me. It's not about me at all. This team is going to win ball games with me in this locker room or not. So to me, this is an opportunity for myself to come in here and be a part of this organization. Like they didn't have to reach out to me. So, I feel honored. I feel honored that they would reach out to myself and want my family back, which they didn't have to do that. So. I understand the locker room. I understand how what Sean means by that. But at the same time, I've always been I feel like a glue guy within the locker room. I feel like I can relate to everybody. I can talk to Vaughn about something, and I can go over and talk to Josh about something. I can go over and talk about. And so for me, I've always taken pride trying to relate to guys around the locker room. And so to plug me back in there, I think it was pretty easy because a lot of these guys I played with in the past, and then. From guys I haven't played with, I'm just trying to get to know them and see what I can do to help them.
You said when you truly retire after this year, you kind of viewing this as like your last period.
Okay, we're not gonna. I'm on practice squad, guys. So we're not gonna make this like a big deal. But after this last game, that paper is going to be right here, and it's getting signed. You can guarantee that for sure.
Micah, what was your record?
Familiar faces on this team. There's also a lot of new faces on this team this season. What have you noticed about this year's group of the Buffalo Bills?
Unselfish, and I know that's kind of what's been pushed, the narratives that's been pushed, but it's true. It's true. Like, these guys within this locker room are truly unselfish, and so for me, that's perfect. That's right up my alley. I'm about that unselfish ball. Everybody. I think everyone's been saying everybody eats and all that type of stuff. So I felt like coming back into this locker room and having that mentality was only right.
Micah, what was your record as a youth soccer coach?
I wasn't the head coach. I would help at practice, which I noticed my son got much better because I was at practice. So I learned that. But I didn't coach on game days. I think they won a couple games, and MJ scored on the very last day. On the very last game, he scored, and so we were extremely excited. That was the best part of the soccer season.
How did your body feel, especially in comparison to the end of last season?
Great. Way better. Last year I was dealing with those stingers and all that type of stuff, but now I was able to get back out to San Diego and stretching, working out, mentally, physically getting right. So way better than when it ended last season.
Last year you made the comment that you weren't big on the late night games. Is it coincident that the last regular season late night game just happened?
Really? So I came at the perfect time.
It's all daytime game.
I came at the perfect time. Yeah, the boys clinched. They're going to the playoffs, and here I come. That's insane. No late night games, and here we go. Let's do it. Early games from here on out. All good? Appreciate you guys.